However, I just want to try it. I'll check it out. So we're doing part 2 of this thingy. I'm walking to a friend's place at the moment, so I feel like I need to multitask. I'm walking in America's oldest neighborhood, Kensington, which is like 4 centuries old. It's a Dutch name, old Dutch name. I forget what the name is. We're gonna write shit about emotions. Let's see. Emotionless. What the fuck is it? Okay. Ah. Yeah, actually, I don't need to write any of that, actually. I'm not listening to anything. Crickets. See, all my jokes can be met with crickets. Emotionless. There's a certain degree of anger in every emotion. Emotions that do have an angry component to them will tend to focus it. The angry feeling of betrayal will, when it becomes rage and you throw your fist at someone you love and they duck, hurt more than if you've never felt it in the first place. Yes. I need to lock this screen. When the anger fades, the person you punched feels a little empty and lost. Ooh. Angry feeling of betrayal. And the wound it caused hurts worse for it. The pain lingers for days after. This isn't just about a violence either. Ugh. I wish I had like... Used to be a moon out. Oh shit. No! You freeze all these things. Pathways. This isn't just about violence either. Anger can make people mean. They might not be violent physically, but they are verbally and sometimes psychologically abusive to their partners, children, or friends. And more. People could become afraid of the fury that erupts within, which they think is just their anger at something someone else did, or fear their safety and welfare of themselves and have relationships with the other people in question, but in truth, they're only reacting in anger. Their feelings of sadness are just masking anger. They are mindless abusers acting on their emotions. Okay, it's getting really dark. There we go. I'm also using this device because I can actually speak verbal commands to it with the headphones on. Everything's emotion, anger. They are like most abusers. This kind of abuse is also referred to as silent rage or passive-aggressive violence, since it happens behind closed doors. Abusers may use this type of behavior to keep the victim dependent upon them or to exert control over other people in a particular group. In any relationship, you may be prone to using it for someone or not. It doesn't make one better or worse than the other. If you're having trouble identifying with your own partner, whether your partner can then read about the traits listed above to find the answer. Take this red book quiz. Is your man whittling you down to nub? Take this red book quiz. Page 517. Sorry, it's very dark here. Hard to gain a foothold. Okay. Emotional abuse and physical violence. Together again. There are two, perhaps. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. There are two types of emotional and psychological abuse. Overt and covert. Like homosexualities. I'm gonna let this run. Overt abuse has been clearly visible. There's no mistaking it when your spouse, lover, parent, or child tells you that you're not good enough. When does a child tell you you're not good enough? No, I guess that happens. It might take the form of a physical assault, a threat, a verbal, urban denigration of everything about your personality, body, self-worth. And that's just what's obvious. Overt abuse takes different forms. You could say that there are many flavors of physical and sexual aggression. Some people don't need to touch their partner in order to inflict harm. They just glare at them. Nasty look, harsh tone, cold shoulder. Other times they punch or kick. And the blows are intended not only to cause pain, but humiliation. Or the person you care about might throw things, spit on you, or break and smash your belongings. If they do that to you... Okay, hold on. Let's change this. Let's try this. Doot. Doot. But don't just take it from me. Take it from the 5th grade class at Grover Cleveland Elementary School, whose dramatization of physical and emotional abuse is now going to be performed to you now, and to their grandparent day class. Whoa, almost dropped this on the floor. This is all full of peril, lots of stakes. But I don't take it from me. I take it from the 5th grade class at Grover. Cool. Dramatization. I fucking hate. To you and to there we go. I need a minute. And the teacher, oh. Wait, hold on. And the teacher is telling the students about what happened in the 5th grade classroom last year. Wait, he's narrating this again? Nope, retry. Begin play. Nope. The play begins. The play begins. Scene. : I know what happened that morning, and it's time for you to go. Oh. Okay. Cast the characters. God damn it. Cast of characters. Dot. Boyfriend 1. Dot. Girlfriend 1. Dot. Boyfriend 2. Dot. Girlfriend 2. Dot. Cast of characters. Dot. God damn it. Cast of characters. Dot. Oh yeah, sure. Cast of characters. Dot. Boyfriend 1. Dot. Boyfriend 2. Dot. Girlfriend 1. Dot. Girlfriend 2. Dot. Mandated reporter 1. Dot. Mandated reporter 2. Dot. Mandated reporter 2. Dot. Okay, we'll go with it. Be all that thorough. Right. Yeah. Because reporter and the three. Oh god. This is gonna be a shit show. Ah, god. 2 girlfriends, 2, a reporter, and the 5.5-year-old girl with whom he represents the story of a school nurse beating up an 8-year-old in 5th grade. Wait, why is the 8-year-old in 5th grade? Prodigy. And the 6.7-year-old who told it, reporter, and the 6-year-old boy who was assaulted, and the 9-year-old whose arm was broken by the nurse. And to the 11.5-year-old boy, to the school nurse. The play starts to the audience with a brief history of what we know. What is the history? That is to say, the history is what you have to do, and how the police. One to 10-year-old girls, and to the 5-year-old. Oh god damn it! I need to really not do this. Nope. I almost tripped onto a pile of dirt. Carol. 5-year-old was assaulted by the 8-year-old who was beaten. His arm was broken, who in turn reported his story to the nurse, then lights up. 0.11 to 12-year-old. Oh, good. We're here. Wait a minute. Is this good? Yes. Hold on. Let's just make sure. This is Westminster. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. The 12-year-old to her, and the 10.5-old guy to the 8-year-old. What? Okay, it's gonna go through some madness here. Then sign from one of scene 2 of Awards and Ceremonies, which the nurse gives to him after a short time, to scene 3, the 11-year-old and his mother, to the 10-year-old and the 8-year-old girl and his father, to her friend and to her sister and to the teacher and to her principal, and then, but not least, to a grand doctor, to the 5-year-old girl who's having to say she woke up, and she's to say with a smile, I had the strangest dream about a cacophony of violence. Parade. A man dressed up in a blue suit and red shirt, standing next to me. He was trying to beat me with a hammer. Oh, said her mother. Who were you trying? To hit the little girl with a big hammer, so I tried. He said to the mother. So now that guy, then he walked away and played himself characters sitting in their chairs in the auditorium. The lights turned to applause. The audience exits while they watch the credits and the play to music playing like it does in the movies. The title of AFC History is written by Robert B. The following is a write-up of the dramatization history of child abuse, by the elementary school of Grover Cleveland Elementary. Is written by Edward Albee. Oh God. It's true. Who? Okay. The following is a write-up of the play, a review by Edward Albee. Let's see what it does. And we'll cut. Yes. Oh yeah. Sugar. Lights up. Okay. Scene 1 minute after a briefly told story of how the 8-year-old boy injured an 11-year-old who reported the story to a 10-year-old and a 11-year-old to the school nurse. Then from someone to scenes 2, 11-year-old and his father, to the 8-year-old, his mother, his sister. Wow, that's... Edward Albee's not all too coherent in this. I should put it in parentheses. Scene 2.4 hours. It's 20 minutes. Not bad. Not a bad duration. Man. It is not possible to create... What? Okay. It is not possible to create an abuse simulator. Simply isn't enough material to work from. No single instance can be comprehensive enough. Instead, it was decided to have multiple scenes in order to get some variety, and hopefully to variety against... I'll simulate you. Each scene contains an abuser who appears for one segment. In most cases, they appear at a moment where their abuse of the protagonist was especially bad, and the story proceeds as if they appeared at any other point. For each scene, they speak to the same characters as in scene 1. Mother and sister of the 11-year-old victim, and the 10-year-old is a manner which makes them complications with their abuser. Each segment has a separate plot. So the segments connect in ways that will be revealed throughout. In the end, the perpetrator speaks only once, with each of the final segments containing him speaking at different moments depending on who survives. And it's dinner theater. That's also LARPing. Each scene ends by having each character leave the area in the same way, twirling around to a flute. Oh God. Okay. If a person is abusive, they may exit alone or leaving someone behind, usually with their back to the protagonist. However, it should always seem as though the abuser exits without anyone accompanying them. If a non-abusive individual, be that mother, father, teacher, or police officer, or friend or acquaintance, is exiting, it is done by themselves with nothing added, so that the use of self is made apparent through a contrast with the innocent or helpful party rather than a happy ending. This is intended to simulate the idea that when a child tells a parent that something is happening, they will generally take it more seriously. Yeah. While adults may ignore what a kid says.
Okay. Go ahead. I got your phone.
The same is applied for other parties, such as employees and colleagues. While it is acknowledged there may exist instances where abuse is covered up by those above a certain power, this particular simulator was yeah. Depict situations wherein such events were uncommon, even outside the home. The intention here again is to highlight how often abused individuals feel alone. A couple of points of emphasis. Firstly, these simulators are designed to provoke feelings, not elicit them. It's meant to bring about empathy and compassion rather than outrage. Empathy comes from feeling with another human, so the intent is that each person will identify strongly enough with their own self-perceived victims or abusers that this becomes obvious to them and to some others. As the creator stated, this is all a bunch of bullshit, but with as with anything else, it's not meant as commentary, and hopefully it will be taken to mean, hey, just hey. Taken to mean, hey, stop ignoring stuff. I think your mom is abusing you, but if she were me, I'll never admit it because it hurts. Okay, that's empathy. The key to remember is to try to keep in mind that abuse is really just about violence and physical attacks. There's usually some form of emotional abuse, manipulation, isolation. This is meant to help remind us that all abuse isn't solely about hitting or threatening or verbal harassment. All abuse is an attack against the victim's self-esteem, and even with its less violent but more insidious nature, is still deserving of compassion, not condemnation. As the goal is empathy and compassion. That's why, while a lot of the scenarios will feel real and similar to most people, some abuse has many faces, like Barbra Streisand. No, Lord. I'm filled with snot. My nose is filled with snot, but it's under a mask. Including forms that can happen between spouses, parents, children, or bosses and employees of teachers and pupils, co-workers, siblings, friends. Each one is based on real experiences and a specific example from someone's own life who they can talk to. Each situation has the aim of illustrating in detail a particular form or manifestation of the most common type of abuse, which is called the psychological or psychodynamic. The term, by definition, means abuse happens subconsciously, and often to the... I don't think that means that. Or those who lack full developed understanding or awareness of emotions or even a vocabulary. The result of the psychological or subliminal form of abuse can manifest in different ways, including through subtle and indirect forms or direct ones, like semaphore, or Morse code, but in very bright lights. And some forms are subtle. A woman, after her husband, for example, accuses her of sleeping around and cheating. A more direct and very visible one is to blame it on the man. When we think about it, both forms might look similar. They share the word abuse in them. And that, on the surface, seems like they're describing the same thing. In fact, there are several differences. First, oh my God, they're getting so granular. Firstly, with this kind of abuse, a relationship has already been formed. Oh God. With a physical threat, no relationship exists. That's an assumption. Another important distinction, which is related to the last, is the intention behind it. With a threat, the abuser wants you to submit to them, and therefore a power hierarchy exists. You submit to him, and you become lower than he, whereas an accuser uses psychological abuse. No submission or relationship exists. What? Fake difference. What? Because everyone has psionic powers and you could get out of it at any time. Relationship. Let themselves higher. It doesn't end here. Keep clicking on these images and you'll find links that you may find useful to read about what the psychological or emotion-based variety of emotional abuse entails. I want you to think of your own story and how it was affected. What happened that made this person treat you like you're a bad or lesser person? If they're doing any of the tactics that I just outlined to manipulate and hurt others like you and me, then yes, this is abuse. You have my full unwavering support. And whether you experience emotional, physical, sexual, or other types of abuse and how much. This is your anatomical doll. If you haven't suffered abuse in that way, if you were raised by a mother, father, brother, sister, grandmother, uncle, cousin, aunt, and had a healthy upbringing that included a solid sense of self, and ability to express yourself without fear, judgment, or rejection, or if it didn't come from a situation with abusive adults, and none at all until you're 18 or older, it's possible you've never felt emotionally, physically, sexually, or mentally abused by anyone, including your significant others. Oh, body freaking down. If you didn't, it's even likely you don't even realize you have any issues around it, or what the effects would be, because it isn't an area that gets talked about very much, and most people simply aren't aware of its potential existence in the lives of many. God, it's just so... But the meter is pretty regular, and it's... Ugh. Come in. Most people remember my potential existence. Oh, sorry. Should I be open there? Try my friend. Oh, we're done. We're done. See if there's more ice wedges and rocks. See.